This is Latoya, obviously, right? Um, of www.piecesofme publications. Also, the author of Pieces of Me Matters of a Poet's Heart. This book was my first baby. It actually launched me into many other things. It really did. And I don't talk much about it. Well, I haven't spoken about it here. But I would like to share a few things on my process of becoming a published author, because the very first thing that I had to do was I had to write. I had to write the book. Um, and I gave myself a deadline. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be finished with this book by this date. I'm going to be doing my copyright by this date. And I made it reasonable for myself. And I knew that I just had to hustle and bustle, and I had to do it. Like, I had to give myself a deadline. And once I did that, I went through, like I said, the copywriting process. You have to go through the ISBN. You get all of that stuff. But the thing that I would like to share is how I wrote this book, how I came about. I would always keep a journal, always keep a daily journal. And this daily journal, at the end of the day, a lot of times I would write a little piece of poetry. I would write a little poem or something like that. And I would carry a journal around with me and just write, write, and write. Okay. And it was something because, people would ask me, why are you always writing? Why are you always writing? You keep a journal, you write. And the only thing that I could think of to say was, when I die, I will be remembered through these pages or in these pages. Like, on these pages are literally pieces of me. Pieces of me on each page. And the reason why I say pieces of me, because I can't put all of me on one page, you know. So there's pieces here and there's pieces there. And I'm whole. I am whole. But pieces of me is very precious to me, because I understand that life comes in pieces. Life comes in pieces. If life came all at once, honey, listen, okay, we would not make it. We would not survive. All right. Um, the book is broken up into 4 sections, because I want people to know that, like, it's your book. You can make it however you want to. You can be as creative as you want to be. You can be as optimistic as you want to be about your book, because it's your book. It's your work, And so, in Pieces of Me, it's not your average chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, right? Pieces of Me is in sections. I have 4 sections, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. The sections are: the heart beats, the heart heals, the heart lives, and the heart loves. And at the beginning of each section, there's an introduction about the heartbeat, because the heartbeat is very important. The difference between death and life is simply a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody is lost their pulse, going into a cardiac arrest, and how you know that life is yet there, or they have regained life, is because you hear the medics or the doctor say, we have a pulse, the heart is beating, you see the lines. And so that is the first section. And the second section is the heart lives, because once that beat comes, it is evident that life is there. And when the heart lives, there's a process, because now, that flat line, it did some damage. But there is a recovery. There is a road to recovery, but there is a recovery. You can recover. You can recover. And so that the second part is I said the heart lives, but I meant the heart heals. Okay, because the recovery is actually the healing process. You know, and once you go through that healing process, now you can live. Life becomes more evident, and I have something in the heart lives. The first piece that I wrote in the heart lives is it's called Dance with Me. And I want to read that because dancing is so liberating. You know what I mean? Um it's called Dance with Me, and it says, "Dance with me. You have been summoned to dance with me. Collect your garments, gather your flags, raise the standard. Victory at last. Dance with me. Wind up your twirls, clap your hands, stomp your feet, spring forth and leap. Dance, my child. Submit to sound. Consecrate your movements, acknowledge my crown. Embrace my throne as worship is enhanced. Travail and triumph in sacred dance. Dance with me." I love that. I love that because to me, now, as far as liturgical dancing, I'm not a liturgical dancer, but I was a dancer, okay? And I can still get down, all right? But dancing is the movement. It's like nothing is in your way. When the heart lives, nothing can stop you. Nothing can block you. Nothing, there are no barriers. There's no boundaries. If you ask someone who has faced death, 9 times out of 10, they come back even more fearless and fierce because they don't take life for granted. They absolutely do not. You know, and that is part of the heart living. The heart living. And once the heart, you have a heartbeat, and then the heart heals. The heart lives. And then after that, after life, you realize that I've gained life back. You have a relentless kind of love. You love without limitations. You love without correction. There is a love that overtakes because, and I don't mean just like a love, a romantic type of passionate love, a relationship. I mean the love that you have for the things that you desire and the things that you want to do. You don't let anything stop you from loving you. Nothing is going to take away the love that and the passion that you have for whatever it is, because there was a time when you flatlined. And we can look at that in the natural, we can look at that emotionally, mentally, physically. We have all had a flatlining moment in time in our life, okay, where we flatline. But I tell you what, when we get that pause and we realize, wait, yeah, that almost took me out, and in one aspect or another, it did take me out because it took some of my faith, it took some of my confidence, it took my liveliness. But when we snap back and we realize, hold on, wait a minute, there's a pause. I'm gonna get on the road to healing. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. I'm gonna get on the road to healing from this, because somebody needs to hear the heart heals. I have this little saying right here, and this is part of the healing process. It says, if you take the experiences that brought you pain, or discomfort and use them as life lessons, then you have just turned what may be considered trash into treasure. Lessons learned. Lessons learned. You see, during the healing process, you got to be careful not to, you have to be careful of your environment. You have to be careful of the people that touch you mentally, emotionally, physically, in any kind of way, spiritually, because the healing process is a very, very delicate process. Okay, watch this. It says, after the beat is restored, there are some things that need to take place in order for the heart to function at its normal capacity. Some people never get back to that normal functioning heart that they once had. You know, they say, wait, it's at 80%, it's at 90%. And some do get at 100%. But that is simply the healing process. It is very crucial to the life that can be ultimately lived. The healing process is crucial to the life that can be lived, because the healing process determines your standard of life, your what is it, there's a word that I'm looking for, but I can't think of it. I may get back to it, but it is very crucial. It determines if you will be back to living a vibrant, upbeat, normal life, or a life of continual strain and stress in the heart. Your healing process is so crucial, because the process that you take in order to heal will determine the life you live thereafter. It will determine if you can go back to that normal functioning and even beyond, or if you will continue to live in the stress and the strain that once took you to the place of flatlining. During the healing process, the heart must be handled with extreme care and delicacy. You got to be careful who you let touch you. And I'm not just talking about physical. In your ear, in your eyes. You got to be careful what you let touch you during your healing process. It is very important. It is very important that you be handled with extreme care. Rest and proper diet. Watch this. Yeah, I ain't just talking about food, y'all. I'm talking about the consumption, what you consume. People come and talking about, I didn't think you was gonna make it. You sure? I don't. You ain't gonna be able to do this, and you can't do that. Or you just. Oh no, you just got out of a divorce, a bad man. You shouldn't be doing that. You got to be careful, because those are seeds that gets planted. All right? Rest and proper diet is absolutely necessary for the duration of this period. There are just some things that the heart does not need to come in contact with in order to have a full recovery. Okay? Let's be careful as the heart heals. And I want to stop there, kinda. I don't want to go off to the heart loves just yet. But there is hope. There is hope. I didn't know I was going to go this route. I was just simply sharing pieces of me. But that's one of the reasons why it is so dear to me, because even when I go back and read some of the things that God allowed me to write, that He blessed me with the creativity to tap into certain parts of Him. I always say that what happened when I started to write this book was I tapped into the creativity of my Creator. And He gave me something. And guess what? Books don't die. So to go back where we were in the beginning, it's funny how, that, but this is where we are. But to go back where we were in the beginning, and I will continue to break this down even more because it is necessary. I was going when we started was there is nothing that can hold you back.